Well, welcome back. This is Susan for SLC Aquatics, hashtag Fishfam Mom. How's everybody doing? And is my audio any better? Still sounds like it's got a little noise in it. Testing 1, 2. How's that? We'll give everybody time to find the new stream. Hello, Beta Girl, Great Lakes, Beta Great Lakes, Jeff Kane, Craig's Catfish. Hopefully Dina and Ed and everybody else will find me over here. It's very frustrating when things don't work. Hey Jeff Pelhams, thank you again for coming in. I came in without any intro music. Let me see. Testing. All right. Understandable. Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, I got to find another program that works to have collabs. But tonight's intention. Hey Vanoski, welcome to the live stream. Oh, I got to find the description and read it to you guys. Woo. The description says, oh, I forgot. I didn't copy it over. I'm so sad. I'm wearing a headset tonight. Yeah, it's so I can isolate and hear what everybody else was going to be saying, but StreamYards was not cooperating with us tonight. Uncle Smiley's Aquarium's in the house. Hello, Uncle Smiley's. I don't have my phone. There's a job down the road at the, I don't even know what that is. What is a Barramunda farm? Ed says crazy. Yep, I don't know what my audio sounds like to y'all, but in my headset, I don't hear the echo or the garbling. So I'm hoping that that's good. Oh, you'd like to work at a fish farm, Craig's Catfish said. Yeah, a lot of routine maintenance, catching fish, shipping fish out to customers and wholesalers. Oh, yeah, that would be nice. Oh, okay. Thanks, Craig. I didn't know what that word was. Works great once you get rid of us two troublemakers. Oh, I got to cheat. So I'll be with y'all in a second. I'm going to cheat and go over here to Messenger, and I'm going to read what I sent to the invitation people. And let's see. This is what I sent out, and it was the description under the last stream. But tonight's live stream will be about you. Let's unite and share our hobby and all the information we can that we know and have learned in this hobby. Tonight we will open up to others to come up on the stream to share a few minutes of their knowledge with others. Spread the word for the newbies and intermediate and advanced hobbyists. You are welcome. Family friendly content only. So, That's what my intentions were, and didn't quite work out that way. But Dina's here. Hey, Dina, welcome to the live stream. Jeff says, Craig, your fish room is a fish farm with all those fry that you have. But anyway, thank you guys. And again, once again, I want us to unite, come share the information that we have with one another. Me, as a hobbyist, coming up on 11 years, my first species, of course, was guppies. And I started from a box store strain and picked only pregnant females because at one time when I was going to pet stores, they were only selling the male guppies, and I'm like, drats, I can't reproduce anything. But then they started offering the females again, and I just brought home pregnant females so that I could just see what I was going to get. The best thing about this hobby is everyone wants to help the other hobbyists grow, and that's what Ed's picking up cichlids just typed, and that is true. We do. We're not selfish. Majority of us are not selfish. Don't mind sharing information. We don't share. We don't mind sharing even fish, plants, equipment. I've been very blessed throughout the 11 years. The A lot of things that was given to me or really on the cheap, as we say. And Dina also says there is more than one way to do things, as not everyone can do the same exact thing and get the same results. That's true. You have to find what works for you with your water, with your lifestyle, um, with your interests. And I started with guppies because that was something familiar. I also had mollies when I was younger as a kid, and I had never had any kind of shrimp or any kind of corridor in my aquarium before. But I also started with some ghost shrimp, and I had them for a good little while. And then when they died off, and I found it so fascinating when they died, their little clear bodies turned pink like the little shrimp, popcorn shrimp that we eat. I want to say hi to Animal Instincts 205. Raphael's in the house. And Mark, Big Easy, is in the house. Hey, Mark, had to start another stream. For those who were not here before, had to start another stream because the audio just wouldn't work for any of us. And Dina and Ed were logged on with me. Um, what Dina said about none of us can, there's so many different ways to do this hobby. And I like freshwater fish, so I've never really tried um, saltwater fish. I've read about it, and let me see. I want to turn my mic down just a little bit because it was hot. Check, check, check. Maybe too much. Testing. 1, 2. There we go. If I yell, but I don't want to yell. Um, Mark at Big Easy's logged in. Um, Skipper's Aquarium's here. Hey, Skipper. Good to have you back. Great. Mark Sturlson. Hey, Mark. How you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Good day, everybody. And Elf Fish Tanks is in here. Hey, Elf Fish, how you doing? Ed says when I was running my last store, I had a binder, and if someone was looking for a certain fish, they would put their name and phone number and name of the fish, and I would search on all of the list. That's amazing. See, that's one thing that I don't have knowledge of, Ed. Um, do I know there is aquabids? Is there other places where we can actually um, find fish on the internet? I know there are certain um, aquatic stores that some of our hobbyists uh, advertise. We all know Rob at Flip Aquatics. He does a lot of nanofish and shrimp. He started with shrimp and then he started with some small plants and then he went into nanofish. Um, the Wet Spot, I've never ordered from them. I've ordered from Aquahuna before. I got some little yo-yo loaches from them before, but they didn't live long in my water. And I may not have acclimated them properly. And everyone else, you can also input into the chat if you have any questions, if you have something you want to share about some of the species that you've had a lot of success with. Are you still keeping them? And what were some of the problem fish that you kept? Animal Instinct says Wet Spot is a good one to order from. Is that where you get some of your big fish like your pacus and your red devils and um, some of the Oscars and things that you've had before, Raphael? Elfish tanks up and coming, I hope. All right, just get started. Start with one tank and set it up, let it cycle, and then get you some fish. Ed says, yes, just Google it. I was speaking about searching my wholesale list until I found it. Plus, I would give them 10% off. That's awesome. Yep, that's a good way to introduce someone into the hobby and even into your store. Hey Cheryl, welcome to the live stream. There's a new online site called Aqua Finder. Thank you, Cheryl. Are they within the United States? Mark Sterlson says, went away fishing for a week and still trying to get my bowels in some sort of order. Oh, man. Betta Great Lakes says, Susan, when you get new fish, do you acclimate? I do acclimate them, but I may have rushed those loaches because of my schedule here. And the best thing to do is to have a quarantine tank set up. And at that time, I don't think I had a quarantine tank, and I put them in a tank that was established, but it wasn't one of the cleanest tanks that I should have put them in. Sometimes I plop and drop if I know if they're local, if people in my local area are giving them to me. We talk about what our perimeters are, and then if I always test the water that's in the bag, but a lot of times it might have some ammonia and it might have some nitrates in it. And if I give fish to people, I actually put them in fresh water and dechlorinate it. And sometimes I add a little bit of can't think what that stuff is called. But most of the time, I'll catch the fish in the water that they're in and actually do add 50% fresh water to their aquarium water. And before I take them to the customer, I will do a complete fresh water change with dechlorinator, and I always put a little extra stress coat in mine. Craig says, hopefully you caught some fish, Mark. We had a 3-meter python here last week, scared the crapola out of Belinda. Oh my goodness. Craig says, had its head on the car wheel, Mark. She went to go to work and found it. Oh. Use the python to drain the tanks. Craig, what you got going on? Animal Instincts is asking you, Craig. And Beto Great Lakes says, depending on the type, I might drip acclimate. 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 Um, Listening to yourself in the in headsets is not fun. So I might turn my headset volume down. Testing 1, 2. I got to hear myself a little bit. Um, that's true. I do the same thing, especially shrimp. I will take my time and drip acclimate them. And certain species that are known to be sensitive to pH. And it looks like my internet is playing in and out. Okay, it's back. Um, I thought she saw a ghost the way she screamed my name. Oh, but anyway, I've gone through different phases, and I'm sure as a hobbyist, you all may have kept different species that were real um, hardy for you. And I've gone through different things like the mystery snails and the self cloning crayfish. They were very happy in my water. And then Alabama passed the legislation that we could no longer keep them here within the state. Um, they would they would cure the starvation problems in some countries, which is funny because I watched a story in Chinese that actually had an abundance of crayfish everywhere, but one person knew what they were, opened up a restaurant, and started serving them as a main uh, entree. Back to lurking, prepping a big pot of beef and veggie soup. Oh, Mark, that sounds good. Enjoy. Dina says, just created an account on Aquafinder. We'll check it out more when I have time. Yes, thanks, Cheryl, for that information. Great, Dina. Dina, I'm going to be doing some major changes around here. I've got 2 ultrasounds on Thursday for my liver, and then next Monday I see my cardiologist. So, remember everyone who's going through certain illnesses right now, and lift us up. Craig says, too hot for soup here at the moment, Mark. Been really warm enough to buy a fan. Animal Instinct says, I wish they would take the exotic snakeheads off the list. There are different species of snakeheads. I do believe there's a dwarf species, but I'm not too educated on that. Somebody else want to chime in? Craig says, is everything aquatic Cheryl? No, that's Dina. Cheryl is, I have to go up and find her name. CR Fish, Cheryl Smith. CRPHISH, Cheryl Smith. She's the one that gave us the word on Aquafinder. The Channas, Channas, are those the larger ones? Because they end up eating everything they can get in their mouth. Dina, okay, yes. And now Cheryl's saying hi to you, Craig. Ed's picking up Cichlid says, even the dwarfs I heard were bad. Yeah, I know at one time I think Florida here was having a bad incident with them, and the government told them whoever saw them to actually take them out, you know, had permission to kill them. Better Great Lakes says, I can't keep any of those restricted species anyway, so it's all the same to me. Right, and I know at one time, because the betta fish were so mistreated in not only box stores but in other known stores, people were discouraging us from buying bettas, because if we buy them, they said they're just going to buy some more. So, yeah, if the hobbyists would quit buying certain problem fish and species like the self-cloning crayfish, the self-cloning crayfish is a wonder of nature. But at the same time, when you have a female that berries up and gives birth from anywhere from 50 to 100 babies at the same time, just imagine that's another 50 or 100 self-cloning species. And I can see how they become overpopulated so fast, because I think I had 6 dozen that I was taking to a friend, and several of them were already buried up. And you know, things that become evasive, that people do not take care and be responsible hobbyists, releasing them into the wild, doing water changes, and some of the eggs or something may sometimes go into the waterways, just like some of the invasive aquatic plants that I can no longer keep. I have duckweed in my aquarium, but I try to net it out and feed it to my goldfish, and then I'd also try to just throw it out to where it dries up. Animal Instinct says the bowfins, which is similar to snakeheads, are legal to keep. Okay, I haven't seen them. So yeah, it's up to the hobbyist to help, I guess, manage. That's a good topic. The hobbyists that want to be responsible, some of us just want to keep fish and enjoy the fish in our aquariums, and others want to support on a larger scale. And so, if there are species that really need regulation, we need to be proactive about that. I myself am not educated enough to really be proactive, but I do support being a responsible hobbyist. Ed says bowfins are native to the eastern USA. So they naturally live in the eastern USA and probably can be harvested that way. And the southeast. Okay. But as a hobbyist tonight, Jeff Pelham, if you're still here with us, I'd like to hear some of your input. And Dina, if you've got anything else going on, I know you had a sale yesterday for Columbus Day. How were your sales? And I'm going to reach out to Higer, and they've already given me a wholesale price list on things, and my minimum is 5 items. So I will be checking that out. Dina, I've got boxes, I've got shipping paper, I've got my scales. I want to go in and adjust the price on my aquachar down a little bit more. Maybe do a 50% price on it so that what I have will sell out instead of be so high according to their website. Um, the 1 cup version, I only have 1 box of that left. So I'll probably drop that down. And then I have 4 or 5 of the medium boxes that they don't even offer on their website anymore. She said sales were a bit slow, so we'll try another one at the end of the month. Okay, for the harvest time of the year. I know I used to have a software program that went with my Logitech camera that I had so much fun with one year, and I might download my Halloween video that I did and re-upload it because we had fun that night. Um, I don't even, okay, I've got my broom and I think I still have my scarecrow. So I got to set them up. I got my broom and my scarecrow. But as you see, the tank behind me is getting a little cloudy. If you want to do a sale, I can go in and set it up. I believe you're only able to change the displayed price. No, I can set the percent for the sale and the well, I used to be able to. There's been some changes, so go ahead and set it up. 50% on both of my aqua char uh, till the end of the month, and then I'll run another sale around Thanksgiving. Better Great says, geez, that bowfin is like 5 foot long. See, y'all, y'all getting into species for large aquariums. Craig's Catfish Cave says 2 more weeks, and Bella full qualified, certified 3 in individual support. I'm so proud of her. Oh, Belle will be a full qualified, certified 3 individual support. I'm so proud of her. Oh, I'm proud of her too. Tell her congratulations. Went so fast it only feels like yesterday she started the course. Great. Congratulations to Bella. Um, yeah, sweetheart. Great. Keep up the good work. Um, let's see. Catching up and trying to do water changes. Still have a lot of albino bristlenose plecos. Ed, did you get quiet on me? If y'all want to support one another, don't forget to subscribe to everyone's channel that has content. New local Austin's in the house. Hello. um, Subscribe to everyone's channel. Watch their videos. Click like, leave a comment, and share them out. And Cheryl is saying hi to Michael. Also, when it comes to supporting one another, Ed's got several videos out. I was able to watch 2 of them the other day, and he did a tour of his fish room and explained everything. And Ed's got quiet. Hope Marianne's doing good. I didn't get to ask a while ago. And I'm going to check into getting battery operated air pumps. And since Dina does a lot of the food and she's got beautiful angelfish, um, I don't really. I could put some of my plecos on there, but um, the weather's changing. so I can only ship for a little while. Yeah, Uncle Smiley's there. Great. Y'all got any input? Come on, Uncle Smiley. Come on, New Local Austin. We're uniting tonight so that we can share things about the hobby that would help one another and bring some peace of mind. If you have any questions, you have any problems, we can troubleshoot with you. Always checking your water parameters, making sure that you're not overfeeding your fish, using good filtration, um, checking your water chemistry from time to time, especially when there's a problem. And when you're doing a water change is a good time to check water quality. Craig's Catfish Cave said, I made an albino OB peacock. I'm so proud. Hopefully it grows up large and I don't kill it. Congratulations. People that understand genetics and create your own species. I bet that's really interesting. Congratulations. Ed or Dina or did Jeff Pelhams take off? Raphael, Cheryl, y'all got any input into the hobby? What have you all found that was easy about setting up in an aquarium? Was it reseeding it with some seeded sponge filters, or I know Raphael just started setting up tanks again. So, what's the easiest procedure that you go through that helps uh, establish your aquarium so you can add fish? Cheryl says, "Oh, there's an aquarist auction this Saturday on Skipper's channel for homebred fish. All right. Do you have the time?" Dana says, "I'm here." Lurking. Jeff has left. Okay, he's the one that says he has to go. Um, um, I forget what he said. Browse around. That's what he said. Dina says, just set up your Aquachar at 50% off through the end of the month and added a sale icon. Thank you very much, Dina. Appreciate that. Yeah, that should get the rest of that stuff sold. It's so expensive now. Um, at one time, they wanted me to be a wholesaler for them, but I didn't have the capital or the money to invest into it. 7 p.m. Central on Saturday. That's the 18th. Yep. Saturday the 18th on Skipper's channel is an Aquarius auction for homebred fish. Thanks for that information, guys. Craig says, "Oh my God, the price of everything's gone up." Yep, it has. Those tariffs has messed things up, and there's just not a ceiling limit on things anymore. Cost of living is just gone out the roof. But about this hobby, um, I want you all to share because tonight I said this live stream's about you. So I want you to participate in the chat and tell us what has been successful in your hobby, what species are you raising, uh, how do you set up a new aquarium, what is some of your go-to substrate and filtration. Milk at $10 a bottle yesterday. Oh my God. Oh, Jeff says some of his fish will be on there this time. Great, Jeff. Isn't that exciting? I need to I need to contact contact Skipper or Jeff when they do those auctions. I don't know how to do it. New Local Austin says, this community really enriches my life. I heard from Skillet, who heard it from another guy who is an accomplished breeder, that a handful of gravel from a seasoned tank will be enough for a new tank. Hmm, that's con- not there's controversy on that, but I've seen breeders just toss a little bit of gravel in the tank and put their breeders in there. That's $5 a liter. Ugh. Better Great Lakes says, for new tanks, I put used cycled filters and use 25% water from an old tank and a bunch of floating plants. Not sure if it works, but I haven't had an issue yet. I've done that, and when I set up that 40-gallon, no, was it the 20 long? I set it up that way with a seeded sponge filter. I think it was 50% water. Well, for the 20 from a 40, yeah, it's about 20%. And I didn't have any gravel in there, and I should have added some gravel. Dina says, I can't believe I'm paying the same for a quarter milk I used to pay for a gallon. Yeah, I went from 2% milk to almond milk. And I don't know what the price difference is because Rod does the shopping. Uh, Dina says we're all going on a diet as we won't be able to afford everything at the rate prices keep increasing. And we're all going to stop eating meat and become vegans. Cheryl says, I need to make the last 2 auction videos this evening and submit them to Skipper. Okay, is that a part of the process? Submitting videos of your species? New Local Austin says 90% of the things for sale in most hobbies you don't even need. I'm only buying what I need. Wants can wait. Yep, that's when I got started. I call that uh, wisdom, because if you can't afford it and it's extra, or something that you want to achieve one day, at least start small and allow it to grow naturally. And if you get blessed with some extra finances, then go get those ones. Crazy Catfish says, wished I could join in on the auctions. My tanks are packed like sardines at the moment. The fry are spilling out of the tanks. That's what my albino bristlenose plecos are doing. Hey, PA Fish Preacher, hadn't seen you in a while. Hello, Susan. Hope you're doing well. We are, and we started a live stream earlier, but the audio messed up on everybody. So I had to recreate this one. But thanks for coming by. You've got any advice or any things you want to share from your fish keeping hobbies? I know you're a fisherman at heart, but you also kept aquariums in your home. Cheryl says, I've learned that quarantine your new fish is a lifesaver. A lot of stores don't quarantine their stock before they sell it. Isn't that sad? Pennsylvania Fish Preacher is Kevin, everybody. Marianne finally got home. Yay! Hey, Marianne. Love you. Everything aquatic. I start a new tank by filling it up with fresh dechlorinated water. Then I take sponges out of filters and clean them in the new tank. All that nasty gunk is loaded with beneficial bacteria. Awesome, Dina. I've heard of that procedure as well. Jeff Kane says I did shorts to promote the auction and sent Skipper a Google link to the folder with the original videos. Okay, awesome. Well, everyone, it's almost 7 o'clock, and I appreciate y'all hanging out with us and tolerating the errors and technical problems we have. And I just look forward to seeing y'all each week now that I can. There's a couple Tuesdays in November that I won't be able to participate, but maybe I can do something and upload it. So, thank you all again. I appreciate you. I love you. This is Fishfam Mom, Susan for SLC. I can't. Let me turn myself down. This is Susan for SLC Aquatics. Hashtag Fishfam Mom. I'll see you next time, and God bless.